Welcome back. This is Dave from State Listings Inc., also known as MyStateMLS and New York State MLS. And today we're going to do things a little bit different than what we've done in the past, because today we're talking about, can your MLS save your client relationships? And what we've been doing here at New York State MLS and MyStateMLS are really trying to drive home the fact that we try to offer as many solutions to our customers and our members as possible for you as a member of MyStateMLS and New York State MLS to utilize to better increase the relationship between you and your customers, whether they're buyers or sellers. Like I said, I want to do something a little bit different today because for those that have been members of New York State MLS or MyStateMLS before, you already know that we're a little bit different than your traditional MLS. Yes, of course, while we offer, that main functionality of the MLS, because we've designed our own software in-house, it allows us to go ahead and make changes, make upgrades and updates to the MLS relatively quickly because, again, we're not leasing software, we're not renting something off the shelf. What we're going to see today is what's been designed here in-house. So what I want to do today is kind of just show you some of the new features that we've been working on in terms of your relationship with your customers and your clients. Because again, being able to stay in front of them and sending them email blasts, sending them listings that we think are going to be best for them, as well as just having a database of your clients right there on your profile is really going to help you. So if there's anything that you see throughout the presentation today that you think could be added, could be changed, by all means use that questions tab, because once we're done today, I'm going to review everything that everyone says so we can go back to our team and say, this is a really great idea. Is this something we can do? So let's fire things up and we'll get things started. All right, so for those that have seen New York State MLS or MyStateMLS before, this is our profile wall. But what we're going to focus on today are some of the things that pertain to our clients. Because again, today we're just talking about relationships with our clients and our customers. And we're going to be doing that a few different ways. Again, we're going to be focusing on CMAs as well as saved carts. We're also going to be going up to our contacts tab, where we're going to be adding contacts, viewing our contacts, and of course, quickly creating a CMA for a customer or a client. So let's start things off with adding a customer or client to our system. When you do that, everyone's account, you'll have that account drop down, or excuse me, that contacts drop down from your profile, and you'll be able to click Add New Contact. You'll also be able to get to your contacts from that left-hand sidebar menu as well. So what we can do is we can quickly and easily add new contact. And what this is going to do is this is going to open up a quick creation form where we can go ahead and make a new profile for our customer, for our client. Now I'm just going to put in some basic information about Jane. Go ahead and save that to her account. And what that's going to do is that's going to quickly generate a brand new account for Jane Smithen. Every account or contact that you add to your personal MLS account is going to remain completely private to you. That's not seen by any other members of the MLS. This is your private Rolodex built in right into the MLS. And what you can do is, once you have a customer or client profile built within the system, you can assign them to listings, you can assign them to your searches, you can assign them to carts as well as CMAs. And those not familiar with carts in our system, that is just like a shopping cart that would be on Amazon or on your Target online shopping. Instead of putting in items that we're buying on Target or on Amazon, we're putting in properties into our carts. Those carts can then be emailed off to our clients. We can also convert those carts into a CMA. So if we're doing a CMA and we're looking for comps for a home that we're listing, we can do the search right here within the MLS, throw the listings into a cart, and then convert that cart into a CMA. So after I've created that basic information about Jane, you can see I can put in some additional information about her, her birthday, the name of her partner, her husband or girlfriend, whoever it might be, any kids, their location of preference where they're looking to purchase, and then their other preferences based on the number of bedrooms and baths, the price range that they're looking for. Below that, you're also going to see I have notes. So this is a great way to keep track as to what you've done with Jane. So met with Jane for the first time. And I can just save that. And when you see that, as you add the notes, that's going to generate there for you. So you can say, met with Jane for the first time. It's going to timestamp it with the date and time that you did that. And then you can add another note the next day saying, did a walkthrough of Jane's house for selling. We can also just mark in notes saying scheduling out the photographer to come by. Below that, we're going to have messages. So any messages that I forward off to Jane, so say I send her some listings or I just send her a message, that's going to be logged there. My saved searches that I do for Jane are also going to be saved here, as well as the CMAs in those saved carts. So let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a search for Jane. We're just going to go to Monmouth, Illinois, look for a house that's for sale. So as I go ahead and do my search, we've got a few different ways that we can pull up searches in our search results. Right now I'm looking at a map of where I've searched for properties with thumbnail views all along the side here. And as I hover over each property, you'll see it brings me to where it is on the map. But I'm going to look at the list with preview. And what this does is each time I click on a listing, it's going to go ahead and open up that full version for me. So let's say I like this property. I think it's going to be good for Jane. There's a few things that I can do with it, and it all comes down to CRMs and really showing how you can interact with your customers and your clients. So you'll see I've got a share button at the top of every listing, and what I can do is I can click email. This is our brand new email listing layout that we've just launched for the new year. Again, these are just some of the things that we're working on in 2019. We've got a lot more features that are going to be coming out, and we're going to be staggering them out. So every few weeks, every month or so, we're going to have a new feature of the MLS for us to show off and give to our members. Because again, a lot of things we've realized, in addition to just the MLS membership that a real estate agent will have to join, they're also paying for CRM software. They're paying for all of these different tools that are in addition to just their base MLS. Here at New York State MLS and MyStateMLS, we've always just believed that we should be able to give our customers the same amount and just more tools while not having to charge them more. So this is just rolling out some of the new things that we've been doing. Again, this is just going to be included with your membership. So what I've done is I'm going to share this listing, and you'll see I've got a few different things on it. Of course, it's going to be branded with my information at the base of the email. What I can do is I can start typing in emails. If I want to email it to multiple customers, I can do that. As I just start typing in their names, it's automatically going to populate. A copy of the email is automatically going to get sent to me. I can change the subject of the listing if I'd like. I can include a map of the property, so I do that there. If I want, I can include the full agent layout, which we're not going to want to do that because we're not going to want our customer to see another agent's info. What we can do is include the original marketing text that was included from the listing agent if we wanted to do that. We're going to include the map. If we didn't want to use the original listing marketing text from the original listing agent, we can go ahead and we have a note section here. So we can go ahead and type in, I think this house is perfect. If you want to see it, let me know. And what I can do is then I can then email this off to my clients. This is going to go to both Dave and Jane. They're not going to see that they are getting another person's email. They're going to be completely BCC'd, so Jane's going to think this is just going just to her. And when she opens it up, she'll get an email that'll say, Dave sent you a listing. And if I click on the listing, you're going to see again branded all with my information presented by. So then she could go ahead, respond to my email, or give me a call and say this house is perfect. Let's go back to our search. So let's say we want to send out multiple listings out to our client, our customer. Well, what we can do is we can do that with carts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out this cart currently. And as I go through these listings, you're going to see I've got a little shopping cart at each listing here. And what I can do, as I click on that cart, you're going to see that they populate over on the left-hand side in my listings cart. So now what I can do is I can then email these listings off to my customer. Again, looks very similar. You can see I can include that map, which at the bottom shows me where those 4 properties are in relation to one another. I can include the marketing text, the original marketing text as entered in by the listing agent. And then I can add my notes regarding each individual property if I wanted to do that. Let's also go ahead and let's save this cart. So we're going to save this cart. And what we're going to do is we're going to save it as a new cart. These are going to be homes for Jane. And once I've saved it, I can go ahead, I can open it up at any time. Again, you're going to see another spot where I can look at the listings, I can organize them, add notes to them, because then what can I do with this cart? I can then email it off to my customer. Then I'm going to again be able to email that these listings off to Jane. But what if I want to assign it to her so it stays with her client profile that we saw before? Well, again, I just start typing her name, Jane Smithson appears. I assign it to her. Now if I go back up to my contacts, I see Jane Smithson is here. I can view and edit her account or her profile. We can see I've got a saved cart here. We don't have a CMA yet. We can go ahead, we can make a CMA. I don't have a saved search for her yet either. So let's go back and do another search. People are asking where are these listings coming from. As I mentioned before, we have both New York State and MyStateMLS. So this is a nationwide MLS tool. Anyone within MyStateMLS or New York State MLS can do a search in Illinois. You can search in Montana. You can search in New Mexico. Because we are a nationwide search, you're going to be able to search everywhere. For listings that may not be in New York State MLS or MyStateMLS, we also offer tools that allow you to search the local MLSs as well, no matter where they are. So we're going to do that as well. So let's go ahead. We're going to do another search. We're just going to go back to Monmouth, Illinois again. So we've got a criteria of at least 3 bedrooms, at least 2 baths. We're looking for a house that's for sale. And I can do a search. Once I've done my search, I can actually go to my tools drop down. Again, remember, we're looking at a map view here. I can always search. You can see I've got different views. I can do a thumbnail view, which gives me a nice view of all my photos of all the listings. Again, each listing still has that shopping cart, so I can go ahead, add this to my cart at any time. But I'm going to go ahead and save this search. And I'm going to save this as houses for Jane. And what can we do in addition to saving this search? Well, I can also create a drip campaign. Now, this is really where that CRM is coming into effect here, is with drip campaigns. What are drip campaigns? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to set this up so that anytime a property matching our search criteria of being for sale in Monmouth, Illinois, and is either a new listing or a price change, it's going to be sent off to Jane. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and save that. But look, oh, we forgot to attach this as Jane. So what I can do is I can assign to a contact, start looking it up. We're going to assign it to a contact. So now we're going to go back to Jane's profile. We're going to see that we've got that saved cart for her still, those 4 homes that we sent to her before. I've also got that saved drip campaign, which I'm going to turn off that drip now because we don't want that to actually go out to anyone. But even though we're not dripping that campaign, we can always pull up that saved search at any time. So let's say I'm pulling up my customer's accounts. What I can do is instead of having to go ahead and type in my search criteria each time, I click on load. That's automatically going to pull up that saved search for me with all the properties matching Jane's criteria. so we can always go back to it at any time. And in addition to that drip email, that's going to send her emails when brand new listings come up, matching her search criteria. I'll also get a carbon copy of the email as well. So this way I'm always on top of the emails and listings that she's being sent. So let's say I've got a customer, or excuse me, a client that's actually selling his home in Monmouth, Illinois. Well, let's say we're looking for comparables. So so I'm going to just get rid of some of these listings in my cart. As I uncheck the shopping cart and make it from a green check to a blue plus, it eliminates them from my cart on the left-hand side of the screen. So what we're going to do is, now that I've got this cart, I'm going to add this to a CMA. So I'm going to save to a CMA, and what I can do is I can create a CMA, or I can add this to one that I started today called Selling Dave's Home. So I've added those 4 listings to Dave's Home CMA. I can open it up. Now you can see here's Dave's Home listed here as the subject property. And I've got my other listings here. All right, this one is a little way off on price compared to the rest of them, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that one. So here we go. We've got property for 144, 199, and 144. We can go through, make our necessary adjustments as needed, add notes, anything else that we'd like to do. And what we can do again is then we can save it, and then we'd be able to view that CMA report. And this is going to be branded again with your information, and you can go ahead and send this off to your client, your customer. So Jeffrey wanted to know, is this free? Everything that we've shown within this today is included with your New York State MLS or MyStateMLS service, so you won't have to pay anything extra for being able to do the features that we've showed today. This is included with your account. So let's just go back to one of the listings. There's just one more thing that I want to show today, and that's our brand new brochures. And one of the great ways to share properties with a customer is going to be creating up brochures for them. So we saw that we were able to easily email this listing, but let's say we're getting ready to do an open house. We're going to be showing someone else's listing. Well, what we can do is, with layouts, we can do a brochure print. And what we've done is we've created not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 different brochures for our members to go ahead and have access to and create for their customers and their clients. So I'm just going to go ahead, click on one. And what's really cool about these brochures is they're fully customizable. So you'll see I've got 3 pictures here. I've got my info here. But what we can do is we can go through and change the photos on the brochure. So I really like this picture of the kitchen. And you know what? That picture of the garage is perfect. Shows you that there's a nice big garage. So I've gone ahead and I've added the 3 pictures that I think are perfect, that put this house in the best light. We're seeing the nice house. We're seeing the nice big garage, utility area. We're seeing that really awesome kitchen. Now what I can also do is I can go ahead and change this to my company colors. Let's say my company colors are blue and red. I can go ahead and change these. If I want to change the property description, say maybe I don't want the property description that the original listing agent had, I can go ahead and modify this as well, just like we did with emailing listings, and go ahead, update the marketing text. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and change the background color of this as well. So once that's created, we can either print it up. This is going to just be able to allow me to send it directly to my printer here in the office. I can then save it as a PDF, which will download the PDF for me, or I can email it directly to a customer. So again, I can type in Jane's email address, add a note to it, and that PDF is going to be attached to an email and sent directly to my customer. So I've kind of covered everything that I wanted to talk about today. Again, what we're doing today is just really showing off some of the brand new features of New York State MLS and MyStateMLS. Again, we can look at all these different brochures. Again, we can change colors. We can change the photos that are on display. And again, we do offer several different versions of this. So at this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just open up the floor, keep your questions tab open. Feel free to send us your questions using the questions tab, and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and answer them now. One of the other features that I wanted to talk about real quick is searching for listings. As we mentioned before, is we have MyStateMLS and New York State MLS listings. Then we also have this tool called Find, which is going to allow you to see listings across the entire country. As you can see, there's over 106 million properties in this database of all different statuses. That's for sale, for rent, recently sold, and off market. So wherever we wanted to look, we could do that. So let's say we wanted to search Nassau County in New York. We can search Nassau County. We can see what's for sale with 4 beds and 3 baths. So now with this tool, this is going to be a separate database from New York State MLS and MyStateMLS, but this is still going to allow us to maintain and reach out to our customers. So what I can do is if I like this search, I'm working with someone, I can actually save it as what's called a hot feed. And what it will do is it's going to appear on the right-hand side of my screen, and anytime that I open this up, it's going to do my search for Jane. And what it's going to do is show me the listings that are new since I've last looked at that search. So if I take a couple days off, say I don't open it up until Saturday on the 23rd, what it's going to do, it's going to show me the latest listings matching this search criteria from the past 2 days. If I don't do it for a month, it'll show me the listings that have populated within a month. And what we can do is after we've found some listings that we think are good for our customer, we can create a quick PDF report. And what this is going to do is this is another branded report that you can go ahead and send off to your customers, to your clients. And that's going to be fully branded with your information. You're going to see I've got my picture there, my name, my contact information, and some basic information about each property. This is the customer short. There also is a customer long. All I can do is quickly just drop that down from the report type menu. It's going to rebuild that property, and it's going to give us a little bit more information about these homes that I think would be good for Jane. So I know a couple people in today's class wondering how much all of this costs. Again, everything that we've shown today, the CRM tools, the Find tools that's going to allow you to search listings nationwide, the CRM that's going to do the drip campaigns for you, everything that we've shown is included with your membership. We have individual membership pricing, which is $35 a month, or $320 for the full year. With individual membership, with the monthly plan, there's no long-term commitment. You can cancel at any time. With yearly billing, you actually save $100 over that monthly rate by committing to that full year. In addition to having those individual accounts, we also offer office pricing as well. And the way that works is that's based on the size of your firm. You would work with myself or someone else here at the office, and we would determine the size of your company, the number of licensees within the firm. And then what we do is we use a sliding scale based on that size to come up with a reduced price. With office pricing, everyone in your office gets their own individual account. They don't have to pay anything extra for their membership, and they're going to get all of the stuff that we've talked about today, plus all of the new features that we continue to roll out. Because like I said, this is just the beginning. 2019 has just started for us here at the MLS. And we have a lot more things that we're going to be unveiling within the next few weeks, the next few months, that is really going to change the way that agents and brokers are not only working with one another, but more importantly, how they're going to be working for their clients, working with their clients, and the feedback that they're going to be able to give to their clients based on their listings and how it's being seen within the MLS across the world. So again, if you're not part of New York State MLS or MyStateMLS, you're just part of your local MLS. We are a separate entity, but again, you're more than welcome to continue using your local MLS. We have a lot of members across the entire country that use MyStateMLS or New York State MLS in conjunction to their local MLS. And why are they doing that? Well, they're using it as a marketing tool, as a selling tool. So when they go on listing appointments, you're going to meet with that potential seller, that homeowner. And of course, you're probably not the only person that they've met with. So you've got to do something that's going to set yourself apart from your competition. Well, what can you do? Well, one of the best ways to do that is have something and offer something that your competition doesn't have. Well, the best way to do that is with MyStateMLS. You're going to be able to go on that listing appointment and say, I want to put your listing in the local MLS just like everyone else in town's going to be able to do. But I'm also going to go above and beyond that. I want to put you in a nationwide system that's going to allow your listing to be seen by brokers across the entire state, the entire country. If your office is not a member of New York State MLS or MyStateMLS, you certainly can still join. Whole office membership is not required for the MLS. We do require broker participation through the NAR guidelines. However, there is no cost to the broker or the brokerage in order to be part of New York State MLS. So if they're going to participate on your behalf to allow you as a salesperson, as an agent, to have your membership, they can certainly do that. There's no cost to them. And the way that works is if an agent is to sign up for the MLS, they create their account. If their brokerage is not part of the MLS already, they'll be prompted to get a broker participation form signed. They quickly fill out a 2-line form of their broker's name and their email address. That form is then emailed out to the broker. The broker fills out the form and sends it back, and that's it. It validates the account. There's no cost to the broker or the brokerage. In the meantime, while the agent is waiting for that broker participation form to be filled out, they still have access to the MLS to be able to do the main features and functionalities of the MLS. So I'm going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, if you do have any other questions, you can email us at 888-769-7657. Tell you what, I'll put out my personal email up there. If you have any questions about New York State MLS or MyStateMLS in general, or you want to talk to me more about office pricing for your firm, reach out to me. The number here is 888-769-7657. Give me a call. I'd be happy to do a presentation for your firm, whether it's in person or what we can do is similar to this today. We have you log into a screen and we do a screen share. This way I can field questions from your company right there in real time. So if you want to set up a demonstration for your office, you want to talk about office pricing, or you just have a general question about New York State MLS or MyStateMLS, please do not hesitate. Give me a call at 888-769-7657 or send me an email at dave@mystatemls, and hopefully I'll be talking to you soon. Have a great day.